Good morning, Tennessee Valley. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Matt Ryerson. I'm your Tuesday morning host. This is my co-host, Matthew Tolbert.
The tickle stick to your lobster there, Matt.
Going back a couple weeks there. The tickle stick, which we did confirm is the correct term.
It is the correct term. Yes, it is the correct term.
I see, and our viewers can see right below there, below the,
no, they can't.
Logo, that you went a little casual today.
I could not find socks.
So you went with
this
sandals?
Morning. I figured I had these nice sandals I got for the spring, summer.
Yeah.
And I could not find socks this morning because my wife was sleeping when I left.
Yes.
And I can't turn the light on, and I couldn't find socks. So I just said, I'm grabbing my sandals.
That's what your wife's good for, turn on lights. Honey, I can't see anything. Can you,
No. I couldn't turn the lights on in the bedroom because she was
wake
sleeping.
her up.
It would wake her up. I was
Okay.
being a gentleman. I was being courteous.
Very wise decision.
Because I'm a good husband.
Pregnant wives.
Exactly.
You don't want to be waking them up.
Exactly.
Early.
We got 6 weeks, man.
6 weeks.
You got 6 weeks, 7 weeks for you.
Yeah.
6 weeks for me.
Yeah, we'll both have new members of the families in the house.
I know.
It's crazy.
Is your wife starting to ask, hey, when can I have this baby out of me?
Yes.
She has, yeah.
Yeah, they're both not new mothers. So the whole pregnancy experience, which I think is wonderful for women, and they want to experience it. But most of you women out there, most of you mothers out there would probably attest to the fact that after the first one, you're like, okay.
It's done.
Yeah, let's move along with this process.
Yeah, let me just sleep for 9 months and then let the baby come out and I'm good to go.
My wife is now that way. She's anxious to move forward. So we'll see how that plays out. But still 6 or 7 weeks left. So it'll be exciting. So how's your weekend, man?
It was good. It was good. We had our baby shower this weekend.
Oh, yes.
And I go for the food.
Yes.
That's really the only reason I go for those things.
Did you play games?
Yeah, there were some baby games and stuff like that. But most of it was trivia. It's kind of a manly thing to remember all these facts and stuff. So I was okay with that. And then I ate. It was a brunch. And we had these really cool, I don't know what they're called, cheese balls maybe? And they were by one of her friends is Brazilian.
Yes.
And she makes these little cheese-infused bread things, but they're made with, what's yuca? Do you know what yuca is?
I haven't a clue.
It's kind of like a potato.
Wow. But
from South America.
Okay.
And they make flour out of it, and then they make it all together. Oh,
nice. Nice. Food is good. Food is good. Well, we went to 2 auctions this past weekend. We went to the
I saw that on Facebook.
Empowering Women event, which was extraordinary. Janie Cook did an amazing job putting that together. Jenna Bush
was there, right? Yeah.
Yep. Jenna Bush was hilarious.
She's married now, though, right?
Yeah. So Jenna Bush Haggard, I think, is her last name now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, but she did an amazing job. Young woman, mid-20s, just did an extraordinary job speaking. And then they had an auction, and they had some cabins up in Pigeon Forge, and so we started bidding on that. And I'll just say, Dr. Martin Ringstaff, who is our city school superintendent, director of schools, and I got in a bidding war.
Really? Over one of these cabins?
Over one of these cabins. It started off at $375, which is already out of my price range. And I was like, I want this. It's 5 nights. So you're doing the math. It's less than $100 a night.
Oh, that's pretty good, right? Yeah.
Up in Pigeon Forge. So I'm going $375. He says $400. I say $425. And he says $530. I said $530.
That's not even a number. You got to go $525.
So I went $435. So we started going up in $5 increments. How sad is that? Apparently, some guy in the back of the room just got fed up and went $500.
Oh no!
Just blew it out, and we just looked at each other and shrugged. It's gone. That cabin was gone.
Did you win anything over the weekend, though?
Well, I did. It was funny. That one, of course, we didn't win that, and that saved us some money. So then we went to Cherry's Jubilee. And if you're not familiar with Cherry's Jubilee, you're not watching on Wednesday mornings, because Nancy Kaysen does an incredible job with this event, raises money for arts in the schools, which is wonderful. And the theory here is they bring mostly chairs, but household knickknacks that are redeveloped, redesigned, recycled, painted, refreshed by local folks, and they put them on auction. And there's a silent auction, there's a live auction, and there was another live auction. So we're back-to-back nights doing live auctions, and So I'm feeling it now. Now I've got the rhythm of how
sure.
this all works, and so I'm like, he's like 275. Yep. I did one of those and tried to show him what I knew and watched too much TV.
Did a yep? Is that what you did?
Yeah, I did.
That sounds like one of those monsters on Sesame Street. Yep.
So there's this Lorax bench that also serves as a toy box.
Hey, that's cool.
With our two kids, both loved the Lorax, went and saw the movie, loved the book. I loved the book growing up. I had to have it. So I lean over, whisper to my wife, we won't go over $100 on this. And then I'm looking at it, and I said, man, the painting is extraordinary. I'm not sure who the artist is, but I'm going to find out. Painting is extraordinary. Wonderful job. So I'm looking at it, I said, you're never going to find anything like this. We'll go as high as 200 on this.
So you went from 100 to 200 like that.
Right, knowing that it was going to go higher than that. All right, so I said, we'll go as high as 200. Auctioneer says, we're going to start the bidding at $250.
Yep.
And there's something about an auction that gets you carried away.
Sure.
And so I was like, $250. And then somebody else bid $275. And I said, $300. And then $325. And they came back to me and they said, $350. I said, yep. And I ended up spending more than that. I'll just say more than I should have spent.
Well, what you could do is you could sell the old car and actually pay for that thing. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. So, anyways, it is an amazing piece, though, and we're very happy to have it in the house.
Well, and you got 3 kids coming. I mean, you got a third one on the way. You'll use that for a long time.
Absolutely.
And then you'll give it to your grandkids. And
it's really well done, so it will be around a long time, much longer than a cabin in the woods would have been around.
That's a good point.
But Dr. Ringstaff was looking for me. He was going to try and bid me up again, so he didn't notice me. So fortunately, I got it for maybe less than I would have. So that was the highlight of the weekend. That was pretty extraordinary, and never been in an auction, and now I know I probably shouldn't be in the future. It was a little more expensive than I anticipated. So
yeah, very nice.
Well, hey folks, we're going to take a quick look at the weather. Jennifer James, our producer extraordinaire, is ready. It's Tuesday morning, and we want you to get off to a good day. It is partly cloudy, and I don't know, Matt, you probably noticed it's been a tad bit cooler.
All I've known is I'm more comfortable. That's all I've known.
Sunday was downright cold at some point.
I just feel better, actually.
I was outside all day Sunday.
Yesterday was a little chilly, too. I had people in classes wearing, like, sweatshirts and stuff.
Yeah. So today it looks like you're going to be partly cloudy. It still stays a little cooler. 61. May want to look for a freeze advisory there. I'm not sure if they'll call that, but make sure your vegetables are covered. Tomorrow we'll have some rain, high of 77, warming back up where most of us like it, most of us sensible, peaceful people.
Yeah, well.
Thursday, mostly sunny, high of another 77. Sliding into the weekend, and of course this Friday is, as you know, as most of our viewers know, this Friday is April 27th. And, if that date doesn't mean anything to you, you weren't here a year ago, because last year on April 27th we had some tragic storms that rushed through our community and destroyed 285 homes. Some 1,500 homes more were impacted in some way. And of course we lost 9 lives on that day, which is a tragic day. And obviously a lot of this week is dedicated to those victims, the folks that passed away and the survivors, the ones that made it through. And of course, I think it was just an extraordinary bonding experience. So we have a special guest today to commemorate this event. Lisa Mantooth is going to be joining us
from the Long-Term Recovery Organization.
Yeah, she is the case manager supervisor for the Long-Term Recovery Organization.
Cool.
And she actually, this is a really special guest for you folks, because she probably has a better pulse on what's going on with the recovery efforts than anybody. She's on the front line and working with these families every day, all day. That's her job. So she's going to give us a good look at how the recovery process is going, and then also some of the special events that are planned this weekend. So there's a lot to do out there, and a couple of exciting events that we want to give you the opportunity to hear about, and maybe join us if you're available. So
very nice.
Yeah, so we got a special guest. She'll be up in our next segment. And then I think Sarah Anderson's joining us for our...
She said she was.
Our Hollywood update, our entertainment correspondent extraordinaire.
Hunger Games got beat this week.
Yeah, finally.
So,
man, Hunger Games, crazy. I still haven't seen it.
I know.
Read the books, haven't seen it.
So. I haven't done either one. Because I apparently do not want to engage into any kind of social society.
You're kind of like that. That's kind of your personality.
I'm kind of like a hermit. That's where the beard's coming from. You know, I get the beard because I'm a hermit.
Yeah. Kind of look like a hermit.
Yeah. Yes.
And then we have our friend who really seems to be attacking you from behind here.
No, this is the Cleveland State Cougar.
Oh, okay.
See that right there? Cleveland State Cougar. This represents our spirit.
Our spirit. We have
the spirit of Matt and Matt is a little ferocious.
So like
and blue.
Like Charlie Sheen had tiger's blood.
Yeah, we have cougar blood.
Cougar blood.
Cougar blue blood.
Well, it looks like then, I guess, he's not attacking you. If you look at the monitor there,
he's just trying to shake my hand.
Yeah, he's patting you on the back.
So
if you sit normal, he's just going,
good
job, Matt.
It's like, way to go. Here you are, Matt. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday morning.
See, because we hermits. We live up in the mountains. We hang out with cougars.
Okay.
We grow beards. We walk around with shotguns. And yeah.
Folks, stick with us. We're going to be right back with Lisa Mantooth.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Have annoying biting and stinging insects taken over your yard? Volunteer Ridipest can get it back. Make your yard a no-fly zone with Mosquito Guard. Volunteer Ridipest will eliminate these annoying pests, and you'll be able to work in your yard, have a pool party, a cookout, allow your children to play outside, or just sit outside and enjoy the evening. Volunteer Ridipest has developed an extremely effective treatment program that treats all shrubs, bushes, trees, and other foliage where mosquitoes and other biting, stinging insects live and breed. This material will not harm your plants or trees and leaves no harmful residue. This treatment program is safe for use around children and pets, but the best part is it's 100% guaranteed. If you are not 100% satisfied, Volunteer Ridipest will retreat for free until you are satisfied, or after 30 days, will cancel their agreement and refund 100% of your money. Give Volunteer Ridipest a call for a free no-obligation estimate. Phone 472-7736.
Discover great local programming right here on WTMB East Tennessee Television. Tune in weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. for Tennessee Valley This Morning to find out what's going on in your local area. Watch East Tennessee Shopper with Joe and Kim Palo live every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Get caught up in all the latest sports action. Watch In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. with replays at midnight. All this and more on WTMB East Tennessee Television.
Have you ever thought about a career in television broadcast sales? Well, if so, WTMB might just be the place for you.
We're looking for a person that is self-motivated and energetic to join the WTMB family as a broadcast salesperson.
If that sounds like you, give us a call at area code 423-472-8892 or email us at joe@wtmbtv.net or kim@wtmbtv.net. We look forward to hearing from you, and let's get started today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what two of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day.
When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much, and felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I could go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, it took about 25-30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, they've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. Get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
Very simple process. and it's well worth it.
We're actually live, Sarah, thanks.
Yeah.
But can we get back to you? Would that be okay?
Sarah Anderson is here in studio, and
she wants our
she'll
attention.
be on later, but she wanted to talk. She's like,
clearly she didn't realize she has her own segment.
She's kind of an attention.
You let her co-host a couple weeks, and she wants to take over.
I know, right? I know.
That's all right. Well, on a serious note, we have a wonderful guest here. Not that Sarah won't be.
No, she won't be.
But we have a wonderful guest here right now. Lisa Mantooth from the Long-Term Recovery Organization. Lisa, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We're glad to have you. And Lisa, we're going to take a real serious turn here, which some of our viewers are going to say, what? That's unusual for us, but this is a special week. This is an extraordinary week, really. Maybe if you can take a minute, just share, because April 27th isn't the basis of your work. It's actually a personal experience. Maybe you could share that with the folks.
Okay, I can do that. For me, most of you that know me, I live on Blue Springs Road. So that day was very crazy for me, as it was for most people. I got up that morning. At the time, I worked for the Chamber of Commerce. I went to work that day. It actually, and I didn't even remember this until yesterday, but it was Administrative Professionals Day. And Gary Farlow, who at the time was my boss, took Tammy Randolph and I to breakfast, at Cracker Barrel. And that was the last normal thing that happened that day. And I didn't even remember that until yesterday. I looked at the calendar for the week and I thought, oh my goodness, that was the last normal thing I did that day. And my day, like so many others, was like everyone else's. I continued watching the weather. I watched the news all day. I had downloaded a local weather radar to my cell phone, so I was getting updates. And then as soon as they had called schools off, I just left. And that was something that I could say that my supervisors at the chamber were fantastic. They didn't even say a thought. It's like, okay, I got to go. I'm sorry to leave you in a lurch, and I was nervous and anxious, not knowing what was to come. Of course, we'd already had one storm hit, and like so many others that day, we went to our basement 4 times. And of course, the 4th time was the 841 storm. And I've told this to many people because as my role as case manager supervisor, most of my clients want to tell me their story, and so as a way to let them know that they're not alone, I tell them mine. And the story is that we were on our front porch. There was no power, as most people didn't have any. And my husband heard on our scanner, we have a scanner, that a funnel cloud had touched down in Appleton, which is very close to where we live on Blue Springs Road. And so my husband said, get in the basement now. And so we estimate that between 4 and 6 minutes occurred between the time we left the porch till we raised our garage doors. And like so many of you that experienced and survived, we were very fortunate. We had minor damage, but like so many of you, we felt it, we heard it. It's a sound that you'll never forget. Matt knows it's a sound you'll never forget. And when we came out of there, of course, it was completely dark, and we knew what had happened. Someone reminded me the other day that I had posted on Facebook that a tornado had just went over my house right after it occurred. I was trying to let people know that we were okay, but my world as I knew it had changed. A number of the lives that were lost were across from us, and the next days, weeks, months, and even now, it's in my thought every day. It's in my children's thoughts every day. What's the weather going to be like? So for me, being able to work for the Long-Term Recovery Organization has been a blessing and a healing process for me, as well as for so many others. I was fortunate that our home was spared. So many weren't, but I feel like God placed me there for a reason, and maybe because I survived and I experienced similar to what they did, that I am able to help them.
Yeah, I think you put it best right there, Lisa, the fact that it changed your lives forever. I think there are many people in Bradley County that, as you mentioned, feel the exact same way. Their lives are changed forever after that date. So here we are sneaking up on a year, and I think a lot of people are anxious to hear about how has the recovery gone? All those homes destroyed, all those lives lost. And what better person to help answer that question? What's your estimation? How is the recovery process going? How are these families doing?
I think we are moved so much further along than anybody would have ever estimated. Even in August of last year when I started this position, I never would have imagined where we are today. We have dedicated 4 houses. Built, fully rebuilt and dedicated 4 houses. We have a 5th coming up on Friday, which I'm very excited about. We've completed 12 remodels, and this is just the El Triaro. 12 remodels. We have another 6 to a dozen that we're in process of. Whirlpool, of course, has donated appliances to over 53 families.
Wow.
So many efforts that have taken place across our community, so many, too many to even remember, but even as you drive through the community, you still see effects of what occurred that day.
Right.
But what is pleasurable is the rebuilding.
Yes.
So I think that we have really came a lot further. And you only have to go just to the west of us a little bit in Appleton and see that they have not proceeded as far as we are. And I think part of the reason that we've came as far as we have is because of our community and our volunteer spirit and our collaborative spirit. It's just different here than anywhere else.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And like you said, there are still some abandoned houses out there. And if an owner picks up and leaves town, it's always a challenge. If you can't go on and fix their property without their permission, and if they've moved to Florida. And they don't want to be found, or they don't want to be followed up with. It's a difficult process to get in contact with those folks, but extraordinary number of new builds. And one thing that I always get asked: 285 homes destroyed, and we've served through the LTRO. Your group, Lisa, has done a great job. Over 30 homes or whatever. What happened to the rest of those? Well, as I understand it, the community is pretty well insured overall.
Yes, pretty much most people are insured. The breakdown happens when they were underinsured. So let's say they have enough funds to demolish and repair or rebuild, but they start lacking funds when, they've got to start putting furniture in their house. They need beds, or they need other type of things that are just really a necessity for living, but their insurance runs out at that point. But we are definitely a very well insured community.
Well, and I think Matt Carlson coined the term new normal. That the goal that you all have is to get them back to where they were prior to April 26th, with the understanding it'll never be normal again. No. Especially for the families that lost family members, it's just going to be a different world. But nonetheless, as best as we can get them back to that condition on April 26th before the storm. So. You're doing an amazing job, but this is a big week, and I know you've been very busy. So maybe share with our viewers what's coming up. What are some of the events this week?
Okay, I'm very excited. Friday we actually are having a volunteer appreciation luncheon, and this is by invitation only, but it's really to recognize the unsung heroes, the folks that maybe haven't had any spotlight on them, or people didn't really realize what they did, but it was so important to the community and the people around them. So we're having that on Friday morning, and then at 4 o'clock, I alluded to the dedication. We're doing the Ron and Stella Yarber family home dedication at 4 o'clock, and that's at 1849 Leadmine Valley Road, and everyone is invited to attend. This is a bittersweet moment. Of course, the Yarbers lost their daughter, Lisa Pack, during the storms, so it is sad for them, but it's also a happy moment in that they will be moving into their new home, and we're so happy to be able to give them their keys on Friday. And then of course Friday.
Can I pause you there?
Sure.
This is an incredible event, this home dedication. You think about this anniversary for most of us, and then this family in particular lost one of their family members, their daughter. To be able to take that anniversary and put something positive with it. So folks, I want to reinforce, if you're able and available on Friday afternoon, Lisa's got a great program. Doesn't matter if you know the Arbor family.
No, it doesn't.
Come on out. It's a celebration of our community.
Absolutely.
We're really trying to certainly memorialize and recognize those we lost, but at the same time celebrate recovery. And this is a great opportunity to do that.
Yeah,
so.
Anybody that made a donation to the Disaster Relief Fund, those funds went into this home and many others.
Yeah.
So realistically, if you were a volunteer in the community during that time, if you gave money to the Disaster Relief Fund, if you know the family, if you live in the community, it's really a good way to commemorate the event because of a year ago, because we are giving them the keys, and then hopefully we will be able to see some positive influences on them as they move forward. So I'm really looking forward to that particular event on Friday.
And then you started saying Friday night?
Yes, Friday night is Recovery 2012. It is a praise and worship type experience at the Con Center. It's hosted by Cleveland Net, which is a collaboration of many different church organizations and denominations. And it's really to say thank you to God for the blessings He's bestowed on us, to remember the 9 lives that were lost, and where are we now and where are we going forward. So that one is going to be a little bit of a different feel to it. And then the final event, which we really don't have anything to do with the long-term recovery, but I want to make the community aware of, is at 8:30 that evening on Friday night. The Johnson family, who lost their mother on Leadmine Valley Road, is having a candlelight service at Waterville Elementary School on the track. And to me, you know, this is the family putting this on, but they have invited the community because they are going to be remembering in a different manner the 9 lives that were lost. So I would invite anyone that did feel that same loss and that wants to share that time with these families to go to that. I spoke to one of the relatives this morning, and they really do want to make this an annual event, and they want to use that night, that evening. And the reason they chose Waterville is because it's kind of in the central area of where all the storms came through. So that to me is also a special event for the families and the people that know someone that was lost. So I would encourage anybody that wants to be a part of that to take part.
You folks, you don't need to know the families. You know, this is a community event, and I think families want you there.
They do.
So if you have the opportunity to attend any of these, the home dedication, praise and worship service, or even the candlelight vigil going to be out at Waterville, take that opportunity. One last thing real quick. I understand there's a deadline if people need help from the April 27th storm of last year. There's a deadline to make sure they've contacted you. What's that deadline?
May the 1st. So if you have received any damages from April the 27th of 2011, you have to have called me, contacted me, scheduled an appointment by May the 1st, and my number is 479-2020.
479-2020. At this point, most everybody that we're aware of has gotten help or has been contacted or is engaged. But if you're out there, or you know somebody that's out there that for some reason they've fallen through the gaps, we need to get them engaged. So 479-2020. Just ask for Lisa, and she will be happy to help you.
Thank you.
Lisa, thanks for being here today.
Thanks.
We really appreciate you. And folks, again, this is a big week. I know it's only Tuesday morning, but all week I know the Cleveland Daily Banner is highlighting some things. There was even some events this past weekend. We want to keep in mind all that went on a year ago and look forward to the future for our new normal.
That's right.
Thanks again, Lisa. Thanks. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Have you ever thought about a career in television broadcast sales? Well, if so, WTMB might just be the place for you.
We're looking for a person that is self-motivated and energetic to join the WTMB family as a broadcast salesperson.
If that sounds like you, give us a call at area code 423-472-8892 or email us at joe@wtmbtv.net or kim@wtmbtv.net. We look forward to hearing from you, and let's get started today. Have annoying biting and stinging insects taken over your yard? Volunteer Ritapest can get it back. Make your yard a no-fly zone with Mosquito Guard. Volunteer Ritapest will eliminate these annoying pests, and you'll be able to work in your yard, have a pool party, a cookout, allow your children to play outside, or just sit outside and enjoy the evening. Volunteer Ritapest has developed an extremely effective treatment program that treats all shrubs, bushes, trees, and other foliage where mosquitoes and other biting, stinging insects live and breed. This material will not harm your plants or trees and leaves no harmful residue. This treatment program is safe for use around children and pets, but the best part is it's 100% guaranteed. If you are not 100% satisfied, Volunteer Ridipest will retreat for free until you are satisfied, or after 30 days, will cancel their agreement and refund 100% of your money. Give Volunteer Ridipest a call for a free no-obligation estimate. Phone 472-7736.
Discover great local programming right here on WTMB East Tennessee Television. Tune in weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. for Tennessee Valley This Morning to find out what's going on in your local area. Watch East Tennessee Shopper with Joe and Kim Palo live every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Be caught up in all the latest sports action. Watch In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson. Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. with replays at midnight. All this and more on WTMB East Tennessee Television.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what two of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day.
When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much, and felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I can go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, it took about 25-30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, they've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. I get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
It's a very simple process, and it's well worth it.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Welcome back, Tennessee Valley. We appreciate you joining us on this Tuesday morning.
Lisa Mantooth is great. She's doing good work over there.
I tell you what, she's her office is actually located in the United Way building.
Yeah.
I have the incredible blessing of meeting a lot of these families, and she is doing extraordinary work with these families that need so much help, and some of them don't need a lot of help, they just need a little to bump them over, and she has been able to provide all sorts of resources. So
yeah, she's great.
Speaking of events, though, really to follow up on that, Sarah, you had mentioned you know of an event this weekend as well.
Yes, to tie into entertainment, Rock the Relief is this weekend. It's Friday night, I believe, until midnight. Okay. And then Saturday all day from 10 to midnight.
Awesome.
And it's out. I wish I knew more details off the top of my head. I can't remember whose property it's on. The information, you can find it on Facebook. There's also a website for Rock
the Relief Facebook page.
So if you just search, or if you Google Rock the Relief, you can find it as well that way.
Lots of music and
lots
stuff
of music.
That.
It's a full lineup of bands.
You know, entertainment is very important even in this kind of context.
Absolutely.
Because it really helps us to, that escapism is actually important, helps us cope.
And that's what I would recommend to people that know already you want to go to some of the somber things Friday evening. Please go and do that and do whatever, be with your families, do whatever you need to do, and then come out and kind of celebrate the forward movement with us.
Yes, great idea.
And the money is going to the long-term recovery, is going to LTORO.
So that same organization is going to benefit from the proceeds of this event. That's great. That's awesome.
You notice that the Cougar is patting me on the back.
I've been wondering about that. I wasn't going to question why the Cleveland State Cougars.
That is the spirit of our show.
I like it. Yeah. Very aggressive.
Very blue.
It's very like, taking action.
Much like the Hunger Games.
Right? Yeah, speaking of aggressive, the Hunger Games got knocked off of
Now we say that like this is a shocker. The fact is no movie had been in the #1 box office seat for that long since Titanic.
I think Titanic, yeah.
Real? How long has it been #1?
It was like 4 or 5 weeks.
Man, that's sad.
Yeah.
for it to be number one.
Yeah, it's sneaking up on like $1 billion worldwide.
Yeah,
I might be exaggerating somewhat, but not by much. It's
No,
a
I think
crazy
you're.
amount.
I think you're correct.
Really?
They haven't got my money yet, even though I want
Even
it.
though you bring it up, like
want
it's
it,
gonna
yeah.
Titanic
happen.
even came out
Again.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
Well, you know, I mean, it's 15 years since it was first released, which my mom and I were talking this weekend. I got to spend a few days with my family, not at the beach or anything.
No.
But no.
No, you weren't near the beach at all.
It's rough being Sarah Anderson.
Yeah.
But you know
it's
what?
really
When you
difficult.
spin with those people in the entertainment business, you've got to be hanging at the beach.
I know. I have to go to South Beach and
you went to
just
Coachella
go chill for a while.
and-
Oh, I wish. But speaking of Coachella, so Coachella is a music festival out in the desert. And Katy Perry was spotted with a new bow.
What?
Yes. So
Already?
Pictures of her with the guitarist from Florence and the Machine, which I don't know if you've heard of.
Oh, I know who
Oh,
Florence and the
Florence,
Machine is.
so good.
Florence
the
is
guitarist,
such a wonderful
Robert
woman.
Aykroyd. Florence is
Is
what?
he, is he related to Dan?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I know. I had the Aykroyd, you automatically, it's not that common of a name. But yeah, there were pictures of them being all affectionate. So we're wondering,
Is she
Rebound.
divorced?
has Katie
Nah,
moved
yeah,
on?
yeah, they were divorced.
I don't know if it's
From
official.
Russell Brand, yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, I knew like 2 shows ago, it seemed like we were talking about them separating. It was
No,
like
yeah,
New
they're
Year's.
divorced. They're divorced. It's a rebound, though. She's not going to last with a guy like that. Seriously.
I don't know. She was only with Russell for like 6 months. So I guess she probably
14 months, over a year. Give her some
She
credit
might
here.
be married by the weekend.
That's a good point.
Oh.
Well, if she's Britney Spears, it could happen over a course of marriage, divorce over 3 days.
That's true. It could happen that way. I was going to say, speaking of credit, the Bee Gees singer Robin Gibb had been hospitalized severely. I mean, he's been dealing with colon and liver cancer.
Big teeth.
He does. Yes, there are big teeth. That has
The
nothing
Bee
to
Gees
do
have
with
big teeth.
all of them.
Yeah, they
that
all
really-
had big teeth.
I guess I'd
What?
never thought
Did you
of
ever
that.
listen to the Bee Gees? You know, Staying Alive,
sure.
Staying Alive.
Apparently, and
No,
the one
keep
thing that
singing,
you
so I know
think
the
about
chorus.
all of the Bee Gees is big teeth.
They have big teeth.
Not incredible.
Did you measure them? I mean,
Well,
how do you
if you
compare?
look at them, they look
No.
like they have big.
My
like,
question
they're
is,
kind of like rabbit teeth.
Are
They're
their
really-
teeth bigger than the Beatles' teeth?
Yes.
We have to compare.
Yes.
It's not like the Bee Gees
Okay.
were a
Yes.
tribe or something.
Their
like
heads
these
were not
people-
bigger than the Beatles' heads, though.
That one, their hair. I think that's
Their
part
hair
of it
was
too.
bigger.
I don't know.
Their hair, because they were
It was more
late
the
'70s,
fluff.
so it was fluffy.
So, anyways, this guy from the
flowing.
Bee
So
Gees,
Robin was
his name was Robin on top
Robin
of it.
Gibb.
Like Robin Williams.
Robin Gibb. That's right. I know Robin
From the
Gibb.
Bee
It was the
Gees.
Gibbs. It was,
Yeah.
the Gibb.
Yeah, what happened?
He'd gotten pneumonia
Right.
due to the treatment for his cancer.
Yeah.
He'd been in a coma for the last week, and he's woken up from it.
Oh,
which is
he's-
huge. Yeah.
Oh,
I thought you were going to say he
62.
died.
No,
So
I was
did
trying
I.
to get to the good part, and then we got
You leave
distracted.
us
Because I said he
hanging.
had big teeth.
Yeah,
thinking
weird.
that he's already
I
passed
wasn't
on.
going to call you out on it.
So
I'm just
he
gonna-
now
He is-
has
He
big
still
teeth.
has big teeth,
That's
and
good.
his teeth are with him
That's
in his
fantastic.
hospital bed. He's awake and breathing on his own. so
That's
they're hoping
fabulous.
and this would be a long recovery process, and
That's
he's still
how old
hovering,
is he,
but
though? He's-
62. So it's not even
Yeah, he's not that
not
old.
that old.
Wow.
To be dealing
That
with
is
all
awesome,
that,
though.
but with massive,
Good.
I mean, colon and liver cancer, horrible things,
Yeah.
obviously.
Okay.
But speaking of old, Queen Elizabeth celebrated her 86th birthday this weekend.
my
And so she
goodness.
just had a quiet birthday Saturday
she gonna
with like a
die
luncheon at
already?
Windsor
My
Castle.
goodness.
What?
Okay.
I want to see
Speaking
King
that way,
William or King Charles. That's what I want to see.
He's
Did
gonna
you
miss
just
his
call
chance.
for the death of the
No,
queen?
I didn't call for that. I just asked the question.
The whole long
is
live
she-
the queen.
Oh, I know. Now Jennifer
you are
James,
actually
Well, we know
actually
that
all
he
mad.
doesn't respect other nations.
Jennifer
we know
James is
this.
going to get all mad at me because it's her queen.
So
that
the
we're
British
talking
are
about.
saying "Long live the Queen," and Tolbert's over here saying,
When is she
"When is she
gonna
going to
die?"
die
I'm just
already?"
asking when. I mean, she's old. She's been around a long time.
Long live the Queen. Like,
well,
that's
okay,
plain
but
out.
eventually, the queen's gonna die, and
So
Well, yes.
can they hand that off? I mean, or do you have to die?
You can.
she can
what
hand
do
it
you-
off.
Oh,
I
she
think.
could if she wanted to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she can hand it off.
But she
yeah, I mean,
won't.
who's going to do that?
Well, and
And
then
there's actually some rumor
people
that
are
she might
questioning
do
whether
that.
or not Charles will. Was it rescind? I don't know.
Well-
will pass up his chance.
Well,
and just
no,
pass
he
it on
won't.
to.
I don't think he will. I mean, pass up the King of England.
I mean, he's been
but,
waiting
but,
that long.
But some people have speculated that maybe Queen Elizabeth would actually hand it off to William, Charles's son,
Wow.
and skip over Charles altogether
Wow, talking
because
about
of because of his whole affair.
The Camilla. And,
Talking about mommy issues.
I know, right?
I
know.
That would not be good.
But Prince Charles is old too. He's in his 60s. So.
Well, I guess define old at this point.
Yeah.
Well, when you're talking about the Queen, apparently she'll live forever.
She's still kicking. I mean, she's still making appearances. She's still.
You might be getting this, but we lost somebody last week too. You don't have this, Dick Clark?
Dick Clark.
Yes,
yeah,
that was.
Yeah, we did.
It was like,
so sad. I was at a conference actually with Patrick Long last week, and someone got I think Chelsea got a news update on her phone that.
And then widespread.
We're all freaking out.
All the
like
whispers.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of what.
That's sad. You know, he obviously had been serious.
He was 82
health,
years old.
Health concerns.
For
Well, he
quite
had
a
that
while.
stroke, but he was still, fine.
Yeah.
He died of a heart attack or something like that.
Yeah.
Didn't even die from stroke complications or
That's too bad.
whatever else. But
what are you gonna do on New Year's
actually,
Eve?
I would have rather Dick Clark still be alive and the Queen have died. That's actually what I would have rather there.
Okay, well, speaking of the royal family, Prince Harry, because I'm just gonna.
I would
skip over all
apologize,
these
but
things.
you know what? It's England.
I'm sorry for any Brits watching the show, because there are a lot of them here.
Well, there are a lot of Brits here watching the show. They
all
live
of
in
them.
England. They don't
Watch it on
here.
YouTube.
Prince Harry will be coming to he doesn't get much publicity unless it's
I know.
negative,
Talking about being
typically.
overshadowed by.
I know.
He
Horrible.
won't be. He's not going to get the kingship
Well, no.
handed off to him. He's not
Ever?
Gonna
That's not going to happen.
No.
Ever? He can't?
Well, no. Well,
Unless William passes
William
it
would
up
have
and
to die
dies.
first.
Well, the way you're going, apparently you're
Yeah,
rooting
they're
for
all
all
gonna
that.
die.
No,
So-
no. I want Prince William. I like William. I want him to be king.
William and Kate?
William and
King
Kate.
and Queen?
there you
So
go.
she's the queen.
She'll be the queen. Yeah.
Wasn't she a teacher at one point?
I don't know.
Wouldn't
Kate
that be
Middleton?
a nice biography?
Kate
I was a
Middleton, was she
teacher.
a teacher?
Oh, maybe
I
I'm thinking
believe
Diana.
She was a teacher.
Diana?
I think.
Diana?
Yeah.
Diana?
Which a lot of connections have been made between the two of them because neither. They're both
very
from,
similar, very philanthropic.
They're not
Yeah.
royal. They
yes,
weren't
they
royal.
were. Yeah, they're
So
common.
she'd be.
They were still
she'd be a
rich and
commoner.
wealthy.
Yeah.
That seems such a derogatory term.
I know, especially when your family's net worth is like
She was a commoner.
however many $1 million.
Commoner.
Yeah.
I was a commoner. I'm apparently
crazy.
still a commoner.
Well, Prince Harry will be coming to the States next
We
month.
will.
He will.
He'll be accepting the
Hey.
Atlantic Council's 2012 Award for Distinguished Humanitarian Leadership in D.C.
Wow. Hey,
So-
Jennifer.
Are you going to be there?
Jennifer, our producer, could we get a hold of his people and get him on the show?
Is that
Get
a
him to scoot down from
possibility?
Yes,
DC.
I hear a yes. So
You-
hopefully we'll
that's
have him here.
Yeah, we-
again.
well, Prince Harry
she's
next
Canadian,
month.
so she's got like a
Connections.
pipeline to the Queen, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's British. So
Yeah.
I understand he was in the military. or
Yes, and
something.
it's royal tradition for them to serve time in the.
Well,
royal
'cause,
Air
yeah,
Force.
William and Harry both have
Yeah,
served in the
William
military.
just
I
got
don't know,
back
some
from
level-
a stint with the RAF, so he has to decide whether or not he wants another 3-year
At some
time
level,
with
that
them or
seems
not.
like a bad idea. Putting your potential
in
king
the.
in the
I
line
know.
of
Well,
fire.
I don't think they're in the front
don't
lines.
think they're in the
I mean, if
Although
you think
Prince William, though, he did conduct what did he do? He
a
saved
rescue
some-
mission.
A rescue.
Yeah, we reported that
He
right
was
here.
like flying a
breaking news.
helicopter or something.
We did.
yes, he worked with.
He was
He
a
still has
co-pilot.
been working with helicopters.
I remember
yeah.
that story.
That's
We
his
covered
training.
it. Breaking news.
That's right.
Breaking.
That's right. But
On the show.
he's not going to be on the front lines.
So anyway, Prince Harry is getting an
He's
award.
getting an award in D.C.
Yes,
All right.
to recognize his work with charities such as Help for Heroes and Walking with the Wounded.
I mean, how
which
many-
is interesting because I don't know if you all remember, a few years ago he was caught wearing a Nazi uniform at a party.
It's a costume,
So that was
though,
yeah, it
right?
was a costume party. It was this
Bad
huge
taste, bad
bad
taste,
taste. But he's obviously he's just as driven as the rest of his family, or at least has shown as much work with philanthropic organizations.
Well, I'm glad there weren't
so.
cameras following me around when I was like 19, 20 years old because,
You were
Wanna be
like
good.
Hitler's youth? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm just saying you do
Goodness.
silly things when you're that old.
That's
and,
true.
That's true.
Those
I mean,
folks,
that's
they got
that's
cameras
part
in
of
their
being
faces
that age
all
the time.
I didn't do anything silly when I was that age.
No.
You're doing it
You
now.
were in a Christian band.
He's working really hard at the age of
It just
30,
it's
You
just
know
like,
that they record these, and you'll have records of these forever.
Of
All
this?
these shows,
This right here?
These
Yeah.
great
All right.
shows where you make
all right.
these
The Nazis
fantastic
are bad.
comments.
Nazis bad. Queen. Okay. She's all right.
Sarah.
That's all I got right now, really. I think. Oh, actually, Ted Nugent. This makes me think of a Things That Matter when I read this. Ted Nugent pleaded guilty to transporting a bear he had illegally killed
I actually
in
thought
2009.
about including that on the thing.
I was wondering if you might. I was gonna scoop you.
Yeah.
But good thing. So yeah, he killed a bear in 2009 in southeastern Alaska illegally.
Why is he just transporting it now? I mean, it seems like it'd be kind of stiff and.
That would be really gross.
No, he's only allowed to kill one bear a year or something. There's a one bear limit, and he ended up killing 2.
Says our hunting expert.
So he's.
I actually read the story.
Well, do you know? So he could receive up to a $10,000 fine because of this, which of course Matt knows because it was.
Well, he'll just sell his guitar and.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
My understanding is Ted Nugent kind of threatened the president as well.
Multiple times.
Ted Nugent's made a lot of fun comments.
Multiple times.
Yeah. So
he actually got visited by the Secret Service last week.
Did he really?
Yeah, I think they were asking for tips on prostitution or something. I don't know what the deal.
Oh, horrible! How many? Are there 3 now that have been, or is it 6?
There are 12 Secret Service members who have been implicated or investigated. 6 have been
lost
asked to
their
leave.
jobs.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, actually, they did go and talk to Ted Nugent because they wanted to find out exactly how serious these allegations, his comments were. They did.
So what is he going to say?
That's part of their job.
He's going to say, well,
they're not a big deal.
He made the comment that next year he will either be in jail or dead if Obama wins the presidency again. And they're making, and that combined with other comments he's made makes it sound like, why would you be in jail or dead, Ted Nugent? You think you're going to be, attacking the president?
Yeah.
Wow. Ted, what happened, man? Didn't he have a reality show a while back?
That's probably what happened. That's why.
Actually, the bear, I think, was in conjunction with his reality show. He tried to kill a bear.
Was it?
Reality shows, overrated. The downfall of our society.
Have you guys seen this reality show, Moonshiners?
No.
No, but that sounds great.
Have you seen the reality show?
It's Appalachia, history of Appalachia.
Oh, that sounds cool, actually.
Some folks that still do moonshine.
That's cool.
Have you seen the show An Idiot Abroad?
No, they just make fun of that guy.
No, he is so funny.
Yeah, but
it is
I
the
don't
funniest
like
show.
Ricky Gervais is
next to this show on Tuesday mornings. That show's the funniest show on television.
Ricky Gervais is just mean.
Just mean and crass. And
no, but the guy is serious the whole time.
Yeah, I know. Then they spend the rest of the show poking fun at him.
No, they don't even poke fun at him. He pokes fun at himself.
The
whole show, it's hilarious.
I'm not endorsing this show.
I was told by a lady at Cracker Barrel yesterday in Southern Alabama that I look like the woman off of It's Like My Big Redneck Vacation or something like that, and I was like, I'm wondering how that. Yeah, apparently I need to look that. I was just like, oh, that's nice.
You said thank you so very much.
And then she told me all about it.
Just like a redneck, I know.
Yeah, like this great redneck on this show.
Hey, folks, we're going to ask Sarah Anderson to stick with us for another segment. We're going to jump into one of the most popular WTMB segments. So stick with us. We'll be right back. You like that? Right back. Yeah.
Have annoying biting and stinging insects taken over your yard? Volunteer Rid-A-Pest can get it back. Make your yard a no-fly zone with Mosquito Guard. Volunteer Rid-A-Pest will eliminate these annoying pests, and you'll be able to work in your yard, have a pool party, a cookout, allow your children to play outside, or just sit outside and enjoy the evening. Volunteer Rid-A-Pest has developed an extremely effective treatment program that treats all shrubs, bushes, trees, and other foliage where mosquitoes and other biting, stinging insects live and breed. This material will not harm your plants or trees and leaves no harmful residue. This treatment program is safe for use around children and pets, but the best part is it's 100% guaranteed. If you are not 100% satisfied, Volunteer Rid-A-Pest will retreat for free until you are satisfied, or after 30 days, will cancel their agreement and refund 100% of your money. Give Volunteer Rid-A-Pest a call for a free no-obligation estimate. Phone 472-7736.
Discover great local programming right here on WTMB East Tennessee Television. Tune in weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. for Tennessee Valley This Morning to find out what's going on in your local area. Watch East Tennessee Shopper with Joe and Kim Palo live every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Get caught up in all the latest sports action. Watch In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson. Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. with replays at midnight. All this and more on WTNB East Tennessee Television.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what two of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day.
When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much, and felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I can go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, took about 25, 30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, they've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. Get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
Very simple process, and it's well worth it.
Have you ever thought about a career in television broadcast sales? Well, if so, WTMB might just be the place for you.
We're looking for a person that is self-motivated and energetic to join the WTMB family as a broadcast salesperson.
If that sounds like you, give us a call at area code 423-472-8892 or email us at joe@wtmbtv.net or kim@wtmbtv.net. We look forward to hearing from you, and let's get started today.
I'm Byron Winters with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Contact me for all of your business insurance needs. From general liability to workers' comp, commercial auto, and business umbrellas, Landmark Insurance has you covered.
Wow, the cameras are dark. There
Hey, we're up and ready to go.
Our producer was clearly unprepared. Not sure what her problem is. Could be the fact that
she's checked out.
Yeah, you know what happened is we talked about Jennifer and her efforts to become hide in America from her home country, and she has been deported.
Really?
Yeah, she's going to be deported.
A deportation.
Yes, yes. When's they're scheduled for?
Now, does she have to get on a boat for that? I
think it's a plane and a boat.
Plane and a boat. Really?
Yes. Yeah. So when is that happening? Do you know?
Yeah, it's May 23rd or no, May 31st. I think is the last time she's going to be here in America.
Yeah, it seems a long time for a deportation. Usually they tend to do that a little quicker.
I don't know.
Grab you in the night.
I don't know who called that in, but I was talking to the INS a few weeks ago. And they said that they're just going to have to take care of her that way.
All right. So, Jennifer James, we're going to have to...
I think what she said, she had some derogatory comments about our president. Or either that or she declared allegiance to the Queen. And both of those are going to get you deported.
You know, I suggest you not travel to England.
Never. Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
All right. My name is Matt, and these are the things that matter. A great white shark nearly 20 feet long and weighing 2,000 pounds was caught by a commercial fisherman in northwest Mexico this week.
Wow.
If the shark is truly 19.8 feet long, it would be one of the longest great whites ever recorded. 2,000 pounds. This is Jaws.
Yes. Did you see the boat they caught this in?
No.
I mean, they say commercial fisherman, which makes you think big boat.
Yeah.
This was like a rowboat, and I am not kidding. You got to go online and see this boat. It's literally, the boat is smaller than the shark.
They caught it and they dragged it to like 2 miles to the shore.
2 miles. It took them an hour to get 2 miles. And so, the old Jaws saying, you're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
This is absolutely true for this. So,
yeah.
Extraordinary story. That was amazing.
That's a huge shark. And if you don't like sharks, well then...
And somewhat out of their natural territory. So it was a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, that's right. Because usually they're south. They're like in colder waters or something like that.
Depending on the time of the year, yeah. So, interesting.
That being said, there is a man in South Africa named Andre Hartman who is called the Shark Whisperer. Near Dyer Island in South Africa, off the coast of South Africa, Hartman greets a great white shark through the water by placing his hand on its snout to put it into a trance and make it open its mouth. He reaches his hand out, grabs the snout of the shark, and then it opens its mouth. This is a great white.
Have you seen this?
I saw pictures of it, yeah.
I've seen the video footage.
Really?
This is the weirdest thing. Apparently, not just great whites, but all sharks have some type of trigger on their snout that literally puts them into a trance. You just squeeze it, and it puts them in a trance. Now, as an oncoming shark, I don't know if putting your hand out to grab a snout is the wisest thing.
Actually, it is the smartest thing because the snout,
I would think
it's
getting
not
out of
just
the
a
water
trigger.
would be a little
They
more
have,
wise.
like for instance, a dog's nose is really, really sensitive, and like the ends of our forefingers have more sensory.
My nose is pretty sensitive.
Well, yeah, but they have sensory like. You can sense better with the tips of your forefinger as opposed to your toes or something like that. Well, sharks, all their sensors or whatever are at the end of their snout, which is why if you are fearful of being attacked by a shark, hit it in the nose
or squeeze
and it'll let go. It'll let go. It'll open its mouth and let go. And so he's figured that out. So he puts his hand out, he touches it, and it just opens right up for him.
That's what I want.
Yeah, I want Jaws with an open...
A 20-foot great white shark within arm's distance to open its mouth. That's
Please
exactly
do that.
what I want.
Let's change gears.
Let's see how long Andre Hartman's with us.
I don't know if you saw this, folks. A Cheez-It cracker attack sent a Palm Bay, Florida woman to the hospital after she had the gall to go to an Earth Day concert. It was reported that Andy Gatz confronted his wife about going to the concert. Apparently, Andy does not like the Earth. And then threw a box of Cheez-Its at her, according to police. And then a small square cracker flew out of the box and apparently went right into her right eye, causing her injury. And so she had to go to the hospital because she was attacked with Cheez-Its.
All right.
All right, so that being said,
I don't even know what to say to that one.
That's it's not fun to get attacked by Cheez-Its.
By Cheez-Its?
By Cheez-Its, excuse me.
Those either. No.
Those either. Here's the thing that I
Who was
thought
playing the
was
Earth
so
Day
interesting.
concert? I just
well,
think
this is the thing. This is the thing. Apparently, Andy doesn't like the Earth.
Right.
And so he expresses that dislike by throwing Cheez-Its at
displaced anger.
Totally.
He should have thrown the Cheez-Its out his window onto the
Freud,
ground.
right then and there. Sigmund Freud. There you go.
There you go.
All right. Speaking of food, Burger King Japan is offering a promotion in which you can add 15 strips of bacon on your burger for a mere 110 yen or $1.24.
15?
15 strips of bacon. But that did not stop this one man who attempted to chow down on a Whopper with 1,050 bacon strips. Or 70 15-strip upgrades. Explaining that Burger King takes its have it your way slogan very seriously. 15 strips is just for $1.24. He wanted 70 of those. So
he 15 wasn't enough.
Apparently not.
I don't even like bacon, but the idea, even if I did like bacon.
I saw a picture of this. It stands like this tall. The burger, he attempted to.
How?
He didn't eat
How do you even attempt to?
I don't even know.
He put a whole pig on top of his hamburger.
Yeah, basically he did, but it's just the bacon just stacked up like it was super tall. And the guy's sitting there holding it like with his mouth open. I don't know how much of it he actually ate. But
Wow.
Can you believe that?
No, I can't. I'm not sure. He may have had a heart attack within hours of this.
I would think so. Man, that's what they should give to the Queen. My name is Matt, and those are the things that matter.
That's something else.
Please throw that at his head.
I deserve it. I apologize.
We're gonna make you. I'm gonna.
No, what I see, I love. I mean, I don't want to see the end of life. I hate that. What I do want to see is progress, though. And that's something that I think Prince William, Prince Charles,
because the Queen has so much.
Yes, the Queen has, and the Queen hasn't done anything either.
Folks, thanks for joining us on this lovely Tuesday morning. We hope you have a wonderful week and see you right back here on Tuesday morning.
Tennessee Valley.
Have a good day.
Yeah.